All right, we're Sam and Lori Garland again from Garlands on the Go, and we're back home here in snowy Vermont. After the end of our travels, our Golden Gap year is winding down, and we wanted to do a recap of our year of fun. So, not everything went exactly as planned, and if you saw the last video, you saw we lost a wheel somewhere on the West Virginia Turnpike. So, we had to make a quick trip back to West Virginia to pick up the camper now that repairs are complete.
This morning, we're on our way to Glenn's Towing to pick up our trailer.
Back in Beckley.
Back in Beckley. We spent the night last night. We drove the whole way down.
There we go. Good as new. New trim on there. New axle, including leaf springs. Almost ready to roll.
All right, we are about halfway. No, we're more than halfway. We're only 4 hours from home. We had a long travel day. We're making good time. Tires were holding up. We're stopping tonight, Cracker Barrel in Binghamton, New York. Okay.
At last.
Home, take two.
This is really the end of the journey.
This is the end of our
Year of adventure.
2025 adventure. We have retrieved the trailer from West Virginia. A lot of driving in the last 2 days, but we are making it home with no incidents whatsoever. Slept in it last night at the Cracker Barrel in New York and made the rest of the journey today. Just in time for Thanksgiving.
Awesome year.
Awesome year.
Lots to be thankful for.
So a quick overview of our how we got here is in 2024 we left our careers to travel the U.S. in our tow-behind camper, and we labeled this our Golden Gap year. We chose to do this now because we were able-bodied and healthy, and we've just known so many people, heard of so many people that haven't been able to do things because they've waited, and we wanted to do this big trip now. It was a big break from the comfort of our daily routine.
So it was a huge departure from our everyday life. And it was a little terrifying driving out the driveway. I felt like I was moving because we were leaving for what we thought would be 10 months. But to back up to where did it start, right? We had the idea of doing this for several years, and we were just kind of jotting down the places that we had to see. The Mighty Five in Utah, Yellowstone, Banff. And so I bought a map, big old map where we could plot out where's the major things that we have to hit. Let's start connecting the dots and look at what else is along the way that we would like to see too while we're traveling through there.
And I used software, travel planning software, which we use throughout the trips.
Yes, right. So it's definitely more practical, but this gives us a feel. I think we both admit,
yes,
laying it out on the map gave us a good feel for where we were going.
Mm-hmm. So we left February 1st and we headed south. We were trying to get that warmth and made our way across the southern United States. We eventually ended up in Arizona for a more significant amount of time. We spent mid-March to mid-April there, just exploring a lot of state parks there. And then we dipped our toes into California and met some relatives there. And then our plan was to be in Utah for May, for most of May, because we were going to see the big five there. So if you followed our our adventures along the way, about mid-May, we got a call from home that our son was receiving a kidney transplant. So we hightailed it back home. I flew, and Sam drove pretty consistently for 4 days to get home. And after 2 months of being home and helping with the recovery, we decided we didn't want to give up on the rest of our trip. So we revised our route and headed out August 1st. So we arrived home October 30th, and of course, we had the issue in West Virginia. We were moving really fast as we kind of made that corner in Santa Fe and turned east. 1 night, 2 nights, it was just really kind of overwhelming, and we both really wanted to come home at that point.
Ready to throw the towel.
Yeah, but we wanted to finish the trip, so we did, and we did have a nice week on a lake just outside of Nashville, and that really helped to re-center us and make it the rest of the way home.
That felt like camping. It was like a week of camping.
Right.
Vacation.
Yeah, it was great. And then we started for home, had the problem in West Virginia, and got home on October 30th.
Yeah. So you can see all the videos that we've done before of all the beautiful things we did, but just kind of the numbers around the trip, right? As we went back to kind of compile how things went, or what did we do? So we were out there for 205 days. And we traveled almost 26,000 miles. So of that, right, that includes 74 days of moving place to place. And that was over 17,000 miles pulling the camper. To do all that, we burned 2,500 gallons of gas. So just a little better than 10 miles a gallon. Thankfully, we did better than that when we were bopping around sightseeing, because dragging the trailer up through the mountains was not 10 miles a gallon. And we spent $7,700 on fuel. So that was just a little over $3 a gallon average. Cheapest gas was on our way home in Tennessee, $2.10, almost down to $2.
Yeah,
that was incredible.
Great.
Now, that was only once, but and the most expensive was in California, $4.49 a gallon. So thankfully, we did not spend much time in California. Ducked in and ducked out again. In our travels, we listened to 14 audiobooks, some really cool books.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed those, and a bunch of podcasts, and made the day go by much faster. We got 28 new sites added to our map on the side of the trailer. So we're up to 39 states now where we have camped with a trailer.
Yeah.
So it's getting filled in pretty good. There's a couple pockets that we would like to get back to someday to fill in, but it looks a whole lot different than what we started this year.
Right.
We visited 37 national parks, historic sites, recreation areas, any place you get the passport
Get
stamp.
that stamp.
37 of those. 19 state parks, some really pretty state parks around the country. And 3 county parks, which were new to me on this trip. So beyond that, we like to kind of stay in those state, national. It was nice to be in the national parks because you were close. You didn't have to travel. We did stay at 30 private campgrounds, and then 11 free sites. That was the, boondocking on the BLM land, Harvest Host, even a couple Cracker Barrels for those just quick overnight long drives.
And mooch docking with our friends.
Yes, that was a nice week.
That was a nice week.
And we got 320 miles on our bikes over the summer. So we did more of that in the first part than we did in the second, but it was, in some places, they were a fantastic tool to get around.
Yeah, highly recommend.
To avoid
if you're doing something like
shuttles or parking or whatnot.
Right.
But and back to the stays, it cost us an average of $54 a night for our sites where we camped, right? So we had some $0,
$0
but then the few KOAs kind of.
Yeah, and we had some ones that were more expensive than a KOA too.
Yeah, Disney, yeah.
Disney was a lot more.
But it was still less than budget.
Yes.
Gas was less than budget. So all in all, we were happy that it didn't overrun.
Yes. Okay, so we asked ourselves some questions, and we thought we'd share them with you about our year. And so one of the questions we came up with was, what surprised us? What surprised you?
I was surprised at how easy it was to adjust to the small space.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me at all, being in the camper all year.
Yeah, I didn't miss the house, the space of the house, or cleaning it.
And I was surprised at running into people from Vermont all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is a small world.
Yeah, that was great. We loved that. I was surprised I wasn't homesick more than I was. I was homesick at times, but it was infrequent. And so our next question is, what was a disappointment for you?
Mine was missing family and friends. That was worse than I thought. We did a Teams call for a family birthday celebration, and it's not the same. I did not care for that. And when we had fires, and it was nice to have a campfire, but that's when I really missed having everybody around the campfire.
Right. Yeah, that was definitely some disappointments we felt. And for me, it was moving so fast. We only had this year, to do this trip. And so we wanted to see as much as we could. Yeah. So we were moving pretty fast, and there were definitely some places I would have liked to have spent more time. And we missed Idaho. And that was one state that I really had wanted to get to and explore. So what did we learn along the way? So much.
Yeah. But talking about learning while being there, right? I mean, to be in that place and to see the story, hear the story, whether it's the missions in San Antonio, Memphis, anywhere we were, it was just so much more meaningful, right? It sticks with you versus reading about it.
Yeah, we learned a lot about the Native Americans too.
Yes,
right. That was
everywhere. It seemed more and more that they really acknowledged the indigenous people.
Right. That was by far the one of the highlights was the learning, and I learned to be flexible and to let things go. That we couldn't see it all, and we just had to let it go. Yeah. So would we do it again? Loaded question. And what would we tell others that were thinking about doing something like this?
Yeah. So the answer has changed since we were driving home without a camper. But,
right.
I would say yes, but to do 3 months, right? Have a 3-month max, then, and to limit it to an area, to a region, right? So that...
Yeah, for us, 3 months was really probably the max. It would have been interesting to see if we had gone all 10 months in a row.
Yeah.
But we both agree on that one. Yeah. So my answer is the same. Okay, what would we tell others? That was another question.
Yeah. And I would say just do it.
Do it.
Just do it. Do it, and do it while you can, and really enjoy it.
Right.
We saw people who would come off a tour bus and they could make it 20 steps, and that was as far as they could go. And you just miss so much by not being able to get out there.
Right. None of us have the promise of tomorrow. So just get out there and do it. And so our last question was, what's next for Garlands on the Go? And we're both like, we have no idea.
Yeah.
We're just going to play it by ear. We don't have any long RV trips planned for the future, for the next couple of years. We do have a wonderful family vacation in Hawaii planned for March, so that's very exciting.
With family.
Yes, we're all going to go there. But after that, we'll just see. There's a lot more that we want to do and see as well, besides doing it in an RV. So we would just like to thank everyone for watching and for following us and for your comments.
Yeah, nice to see the comments.
Yeah, and for reaching out and letting us know that you've enjoyed the videos, and it just was so encouraging to us to keep doing them. They were a lot of work, but we wanted to do them for ourselves, and we wanted to do them for our children and grandchildren so that they could see that we did this cool thing.
Yeah.
And
if anybody was thinking about doing it and just wanted to talk,
right,
we'd be more than happy to talk about our experience and
right.
Just to be there as a resource.
Right. If you want more detail on a particular area or how we did things with the camper, be happy to sit down and talk. Just reach out to us. So that wraps it up for us.
It does. So thank you, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
No more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, 'cause these stairs are all heading to you. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today. But when it's cold in the dead of winter, remember that snow melts away. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. We don't need plans or a fancy agenda. Well, let's just see where it goes. We got no care for the way people stare at the dust and the dirt on our clothes. Hey, my friend, we'll never say remember when, if we keep on making memories where we stand, where we stand. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. And go put on that old wedding dress now. Probably still fits like a glove. And tell the band to play one more slow song, 'cause you still have all my love. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old. Let's get happy before we get old. No more whiskey, I'll have a Coke. Catching bass on an old fishing boat. One more story from Grandpa Joe. Let's get happy before